Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the energy reading for the week, February 23rd. Happy new moon in Pisces, everyone. It's been a beautiful new moon for me so far. I'm just getting all of the decks set out. And we're going to light all of the candles and incense here in a moment. And I'll get the music playing. Today's music is 741 hertz, magical healing forest to detoxify and cleanse out your energy bodies. This is by Meditative Mind, I believe. Yes, Meditative Mind on YouTube. So if you want to listen to that in your own spare time, there's that. Hello, hello everyone. So I'm going to be using several different decks today. And before we get started, we will cleanse everything. Sure that's actually over the little ash catcher here. Don't want any accidental fires while we're going through this reading today. So, how has everybody been? Are you having a good new moon in Pisces? I hope so. I hope it is going excellently for you. Today I've got a little different background. We have a beautiful mermaid, and I think it's called a hippo... help me out, guys. Hippocampus? No, that's in your brain. Something like that. It's a fish horse, a seahorse, like that. It's what it's called. But my partner Cody painted that, and it's a beautiful painting, and I thought it was perfect for new moon in Pisces energies today. So, like I said, we're going to talk about our energy report for the week of February 23rd. So let me give my notes real fast because I've been getting some downloads throughout the week that I just wanted to share with you for the coming week. Expect unexpected gifts. This is a beautiful time right now where a lot of the stuff that we have manifested since September are coming and moving through. This has a lot to do with some trines. If you've been following the astrology report, some of the planets are shifting and allowing us to receive unexpected gifts. Like I received this deck, it's the Angels and Ancestors deck, and I did a live reading with it yesterday. I wasn't supposed to get it till March, and I actually got it yesterday. And then I received a free deck, which is insane. They just sent me this one, Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco, just because. So I got an unexpected gift, and I was like, that's what Spirit is trying to tell people, that there's going to be unexpected gifts coming your way, basically from February into March. So for the remainder of Mercury retrograde, it's going to be about unexpected gifts. Like I got that early deck, and I got an extra deck. The worst part is over. That has been a huge message for me coming into this week and going into the remainder of the week and the remainder of Mercury retrograde. Fear-mongering is not going to help you. It's all about, we're going to ask everything to be cleansed at the moment. It's all about knowing that the worst is over and that everything is just settling in. All of the energies are being anchored, and we're being asked to trust the universe. Because although Mercury is in retrograde, there are still some amazing shifts happening astrologically, right? And energetically. And now this reading today is going to be mostly for energy, like talking about what energies are coming through from what star collectives, you know, planetary energies, Gaia energies, soul collective energies, and source energies, all right? So I also have been getting a lot of seeing a lot of people, and this might just be Mercury retrograde, but I've been seeing a lot of people that are spiritual teachers, spiritual authors, psychics, world-renowned psychics that are being very hypocritical at the moment. One moment they'll say, I never trust in astrology, I don't believe in any of that stuff. And then their next post is about, oh, the Pisces new moon has amazing opportunities for healing. And I'm like, wait a minute. If you believe in a new moon energy, you believe in astrology. So it's just watch out for that. Beware of people mocking one another. Their true colors are coming out. And I am in no way trying to mock people. I'm just saying that there are some energies that are coming out in this energy that is allowing us to really wake up to the dichotomies that we hold for ourselves. Where we believe in energies of the moon and the sun, but we think the planets don't have any sway on us whatsoever. So we're being asked to check our ego selves and be like, if one celestial body has power, all the other celestial bodies have power. And you say, well, I only work with runes, or I only work with sigils. Well, the basis of all the runes and sigils is all those energetic powers that come from the cosmos, the planets, and the stars, okay? So you need to actually learn your history, or you're going to end up sounding like what I like to call the educated idiot. And no one wants that. And so this is a time where a lot of us are being shown, you might have the logic down, but you don't have the heart down, right? You're not practicing what you preach. So it's all about that teach by example, lead by your word. Don't call out people for hurting you in your life. Tell people how you healed and how you got over it. Don't play the victim. The spirits are asking us to come out of this victim mentality. Words are cheap. You have to own up to your energies, and you have to be in a place. If you're practicing love and light and forgiveness, you have to practice love and forgiveness and compassion. And so be wary of what you're posting on Facebook, because you may come off as a little bipolar if your words don't match your beliefs. Okay, so you're being asked to really, really be aware of that, because the old way, like this modern new age era, is dying away because we realized it is very shallow. Love and light is not all you need. You need darkness and shadow work too. You can't have, you can't be too deep into the light or you get unbalanced. You can't be too deep into the dark or you get unbalanced. You have to find that yin and yang and realize that there is darkness within light and light within darkness, and the two cannot exist without one another. So it's saying let go. And yes, like Grant said here in the comments, it's a good time to unwrap my blessings. So it's all about looking for opportunities where Spirit is gifting you as you clear away things in your life. Many people might be losing jobs. Many people might be losing family members. Many people might be losing opportunities. Listen when I tell you that God is saying right now, the spirits are saying, Source is saying, rejection is your protection. I am taking this out so that we're weeding the garden, right? So spring is coming. The garden is being weeded by Spirit right now. And so these things are being taken out of your life so that they can be replaced by gifts, beautiful charity in motion, and even donations. So donations to you. Now, if you are in a place of abundance and prosperity, and you notice that things start to fall off and you're not as successful, quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes, successful as you have been in the past, you're being challenged to give of your abundance. You're being challenged to donate of your time. Do blood drives, do marathons, do those types of things. And you will see that your abundance quickly comes back in because you have to make room for gifts. It has to be a balance. Also, I was getting a beautiful message yesterday where I saw literally a riptide in the sky, and it was incredible. I posted the picture yesterday, and I also the day before saw two airplanes flying straight up, and one of them was going straight up and the other one was weaving in and out, and it looked like a double helix. And I was like, okay, I know those are probably chemtrails and they're probably doing terrible things to our bodies, but this beautiful blend of the two earths that we've been talking about, it was a beautiful representation of the great divide that is happening right now. And us as energetic healers, as psychics, as empaths, as witches, as, devout Christians, anyone tapping into these energies, we're feeling that divide within our heart because we exist here on this plane. So we're actually feeling that rip between fear and love. So there's going to be one earth that is ruled by fear and another earth ruled by love. And Spirit is asking you, where do you want to go? Do you want to stay in the old ways where you are a victim, where you are in abusive relationships, where you are knocked down constantly in that fear mentality, where you are in a place of poverty and want, right? Or are you going to be in a place of healing, in a place of love and compassion, and realizing that everybody is trying to do their best on some soul level? Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be a huge literal two earths splitting apart. I feel like that was huge in the ascension movement, and we just waited for it to happen. When is the shift going to happen? I feel like that was actually done, and we didn't quite make it. It was infiltrated by some dark forces. It was infiltrated by people that wanted to manipulate it a little bit, and we didn't quite make the shift. So we're being given this now. It's saying, so, okay, humanity as a whole didn't make the grade, all right? But you are giving a chance, an individual chance, to raise your consciousness, all right? And it's not about ego. It's not about being better than, or other people are less than. It's all about where your energy links up, where you vibrate with, where you gravitate towards, okay? So you should be seeing these types of rends, the split apart of this dichotomy in people right now. So if you're seeing those things, that is wonderful. It means you are on the individual path towards enlightenment. Okay? I'm not trying to make any predictions. I'm not trying to say when it's going to happen, because when Spirit says soon, it can be 2 minutes or it can be 200 years. It's a little tricky. I'm also keep in mind that some of the old ways that are dying, that have come from this modern movement, are bringing back some of the old ways from ancient times, because we're actually going to get to heal some of these ancient things. So we're working with the Fae, some old Norse gods, some old Greek gods. Pay attention to that. And so with the new moon, one of the old sayings was, always fear a moonless night. That is the new moon. Okay, so I'm not trying to be a fearmonger here, but I'm just saying be careful. There's going to be some time slips, some portal changes. You might notice you hop timelines, or you're even becoming aware of what I call the spiritual death. Okay, that's what this Mercury retrograde is taking a lot of us through, and it is not a gentle process. And sometimes we can become afraid of that. But I am being reminded that whenever we are in meditation and we have something that's terrifying or we get scared of it, it is not actually in this vibration. If you have a high enough vibration to be meditating, I'm going to tell you right now, demons cannot touch you. Darkness cannot touch you. You are protected. That is the message that I keep getting over and over and over again. If you connect to Gaia, if you connect to your spirit guides, you are surrounded, you are protected by love and light. And they are doing everything within their power to make sure that you only get the highest good for your soul. Okay, so you've got to release the fear and realize that even angels, if you look at the New Testament or the Old Testament in the Bible, when an angel of God appeared, he had to tell the person, do not be afraid. Be not afraid, for I come for goodwill. The angels scared people. Okay, so if you're having meditations where you see an entity come forward and it scares or terrifies you, guys, you have to listen to what that entity is saying. And if you feel love emanating, or you hear them say, be not afraid, listen. There are angels walking among us as we speak. And it's all about that higher vibrational beings, that come from 6D, 7D, 8D, when they interact with us, all of the crud that's in our energetic auras and in our fields, right, in our bodies, that muck is pulled up to the top, and we actually project that fear onto that being. So then they become this terrifying thing, when in actuality, they're the ones coming to us to pull this out of us. And so many people run away in fear and say, oh, this is not good. Oh, I just had a horrible meditation. It was terrifying. No, you forgot to keep going. The spirits are saying, keep going through the valley of death to get to the sacred mountain. Remember, it's, yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil. That verse is in there because you are protected. These entities are coming forward to get this crud out of you so that you can move to higher dimensions of being and consciousness, right, guys? Okay, so that's very important to keep in mind going forward. And I'm going to start pulling some cards now, and we're going to see what Source has to say. I'm so excited to show you some of the new decks, and I'm going to be doing some a little differently than I normally would today. So if I stumble or I stutter or I get in the way, just know that I'm doing my best as this Mercury retrograde has a hold of all of us, because, we're all going through soul lessons, and I'm being told to share the bigger picture. Well, it's asking me to step out of my comfort zone. So here I am using more cards than I'm used to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can I remember all the messages and insights? And Spirit is saying, Bradley, you got this. You got to trust us. Remember, you can't be telling people to trust and not trust yourself. So here I am, stepping into trust, stepping in that Spirit knows what it's doing, and I am just the messenger. I am trying to be a perfect vessel, and that's what all of us should be challenged to do. So we're going to start today with the Keeper of the Light deck, and it is a beautiful message because we're going to ask, that Spirit talk to us and give us messages here today. I asked the Keepers of the Light to, I feel like that's the card. They answered very quickly. Keepers of the Light, are there any other messages you have for the collective today that you would like to share about these energies, or is this who we need to call on individually? Okay, they say that's it. That's all you need. And there might be one more right here, because that tried to jump out. So let's see who our cards are. Oh, all right, so Odin is coming forward, and that card is all about psychic insight. It says, your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Yes. Okay, so this is going back to what I was saying, that use your intuition and your third eye to really, really, really use your discernment. Okay, and maybe even be that warrior spirit that sometimes has to step up and say, hey, excuse me, I think you might be operating from your ego. You might want to say that in a different way. Or, not call out people in a bad way, but just say, hey, could you clarify what you said? Because I don't understand where you're coming from. And that's a beautiful message for any of us going through this Mercury retrograde, is saying, I'm confused. And when you're confused, to ask for clarity. Well, this is saying when Spirit messages come through, ask Spirit for clarity. Because look, Green Tara is coming in, and that's that affirmation that you are protected when you stand in truth and you trust your inner wisdom. Okay, supreme protection, you are protected. Cords are being cut, move beyond limitation and trust. So follow your intuition and trust. So you have to trust divine spirits right now, and that is going to be very hard for some of us. I know it's very hard for me. And so if it's very hard for me, and I do this kind of for a living, I can't imagine what the collective is going through. I can't imagine how these energies are going to be so hard, because Green Tara is a representation of Mother Nature. Mother Nature is not always the nicest. She can be very passive aggressive. I was watching a skit last night where someone said, Mother Nature is just trying to kill us the slowest way possible. That's how she knows she's a woman. And I was like, oh, dang. Because, she just turned up the thermometer and she's like, what? Are you uncomfortable? I just turned it up a few degrees. And so I'm sharing that little laugh with you today because it's also, Odin is a trickster energy. So it's going to be about laughing at your insights, telling them with joy, and bringing in that higher energy. And then it's also about trusting that when you connect to Gaia, see her third eye is open right there. Okay, so her third eye is speaking to your third eye. So when you're connected to the central core of the Earth star, which is where Tara resides, right? That beautiful green light within the center of our planet. You will be opened to the secrets of the runes, is what I'm getting. Because Odin even had to tie himself to a tree, a messenger or an ambassador of Mother Earth to teach him the runes. So we're being asked to study nature-based religions at this time. We're being just pushed to get out in nature, focus on nature, look at the cycles that are going through. What is this springtime bringing? Okay, so that's the first two cards that came through, and those are the central energies that you are going to be working with. Ooh, we can't see green Tara there. She's too beautiful not to have in frame. There. Oh, that's pretty. See, that's that angel messenger, and these are the messages they're bringing, right? Okay. So I'm going to set this card to the side, and then we're going to ask for what angels and ancestors we need to speak with. And that's this deck right here. We're going to talk to them really fast. Angels and ancestors, Mother Earth, Father Sky, I ask that you be here with us now. Angels of the fire, angels of water. Ooh, okay. Well, that seems like too much, spirits. Can you clarify for me? There, that's better. It jumped out like 6 cards, so we just wanted one. Oh, this is funny. This is a card I pulled from my day today, and it's a beautiful message that says, be careful in movement, or be graceful in movement and action. So when you're using your intuition and when you're getting those, spirit messages from the divine masculine energies, you're saying to remember to be graceful and courteous like the divine feminine energies, right? And it's all about movement. So we might need to be doing some grounding in movement, such as Tai Chi, yoga, martial arts. I'm also hearing that some people are going to really resonate with the dragon behind this. Okay, do you see that there, the dragon? And you might be working with the dragon path, or you might think you are a dragon incarnated on this earth, or you may have dreams of dragons coming up this week. Dragons are going to be important, so pay attention. I know me, I was looking at a YouTube video discussing the mythology behind Hayao Miyazaki's Studio Ghibli, the film Spirited Away, and Princess Mononoke, right? And so that was beautiful because there's so many dragon symbolism in there, and the dragons are beautiful, and it's about, oh, okay, so this might be about knowing the true name of things, speaking your name, knowing your true self. Remember, we were talking about that. Your true self is coming through. And then we also have a golden yin and yang here at the top. And then the praying mantis. Now, the praying mantis is all about grace and movement. It's also about patience and waiting for the perfect time, using your intuition, right? The Odin energies, using your intuition before you move, right? Before you go to movement. So, and then also the Shaolin monk, one of their beautiful things that they do is sit in quiet meditation, for hours upon hours. I know for a lot of us, that's not realistic. That's not realistic at all. So just keep in mind that that is possibly something you might want to look into, is sitting in quiet meditation, even in the lotus position where you have your legs crossed, your back straight, and maybe even work on some hand positions, because I'm really noticing, the what are those called? The mandala beads right here, the prayer beads. That we're supposed to be reciting mantras and even using mudras, like where you do your hand like this, put your fingers together and hold them on your knees, right? So those are important coming through at this week to keep those energies, to connect to your intuition and connect to Mother Earth Gaia at this time. So that's that energy that we need to channel in. And then we're also going to be asking this was the Divine Animals Oracle. So this is such a cool deck that I just got it for free. My partner loves it. I think he's going to try and steal it from me. And I would have to let him. But I wanted to ask the animals right now. Animals, divine animals, do you have a message for the collective today? What spirit animal is moving up? There it is. Here's the spirit animal that is moving for the collective, that is coming forward at this time to speak with us. And it is, snake. Look at that. Snake. I love this card. This card is a heart, and it's got a cobra and various different snakes up in there. So this is also reminding me of the turtle, right, that has the world on its back, and I believe that's Buddhist belief. And the key word for this is creation, okay? So this is asking you to make creations from your heart space, okay? So that's that green Tara connection, that heart space connecting to the heart of Earth and pulling that energy up into your heart space to allow for creativity. Because one of the ways that we show our most powerful divinity is by creating. And it's having a little bit of trouble focusing there. I apologize for that. I'm trying to keep my hand steady. But whenever... Okay, so now it is clear. So this is telling me, that message is telling me that this might be tricky for some of us, especially during Mercury retrograde, to connect to our heart spaces as we are having these energies. Blessings pouring in can sometimes wash out some bad goo from our energy and our bodies, right? From our light bodies, from our physical bodies. So if you're suffering from breakouts or hives, what were you doing right before that happened? It's asking you, what were you doing? You may be having physical body reactions to negative energies in your life, okay? I'm hearing some people might be changing their diet, going green, maybe giving up pork for the moment, things like that. Those are coming through. I don't particularly abide by those. My body does best on a well-balanced diet, of rare red meat every now and then, grains, vegetables, and not too rich foods, but just as long as it's, hand cooked and it's well made and I put blessings in it and good intentions in it, it suits my body just fine. So listen to your body. You're being asked to listen. That's that snake energy. Also, this is going to be like a shedding. Snakes shed their skin. Actually, I have some hanging up on the door over there because it's a snake energy, and the snake spirit is very powerful for healing. Because I like to think that each person that comes into this room, into my Reiki room as I like to call it, or my healing room, to come in here to be healed and, to work on their soul journey and on their own healing, they walk out a different creation, a different person than when they came in, right? So this is that snake energy, that trust in the transformation that you're going through, trust in your psychic awareness, right there, Odin, trust in green Tara, Earth, and then trust in your own transformation and who you are becoming, okay? Sometimes becoming, when snakes are, molting, they're very cranky, okay? So expect a lot of cranky people at the moment, a lot of people going through transitions, right? And so if you have already gone through one of these transitions, as I believe a lot of us on this page have, and a lot on the YouTube page and on my Facebook, a lot of us have gone through personal changes before, and we just keep having to do this over and over and over again, and we're like, will it ever stop? No, it never stops. That's what this is telling us. It's that spiral, right? It's that constant returning back to self and shedding your old self and becoming new. Rebirth energies. This Mercury retrograde in Pisces is all about that. And then it moves into, I believe the Mercury retrograde moves into, is it Aries energies? What's after Pisces? I don't remember. I'm focusing on energies right now and other things besides astrology. But also I'm noting that 43 is this number. So remember, 4 plus 3 equals 7. So this is going to be a 7-day process, or you might be seeing 7s a lot over the next week. And just remember to call on snake spirit as you go through this transformation. Okay, so you've got a lot of energies coming through to help you through this week. They're saying, we're here. We see you. We see you struggling. We know it's not the easiest. We're on the struggle bus with you. A lot of these entities like Shaolin monks, they may be reincarnated, or they may be on the higher dimensions helping us through. Odin may very well have had a physical avatar here. I know in Hinduism, where Tara comes from, they believe in avatars where the gods, goddesses actually are incarnated in this plane. So there might actually be people that come into your life that have these energies of the monk, the old trickster man, and the earth goddess mother, and maybe even the snake, okay? So don't think of it as temptation. Think of it as wisdom coming through, okay? We've got to rid ourselves of the snake tempting us. No. That's an old way, right? Okay, so let's see what Miss Mama Earth has here for clarity. Miss Gaia, Earth Magic cards, I ask that you speak through us now and give us a message from Gaia. Oh, there's the card. Okay. So let's set these down here. Ooh, and this is kind of reiterating. Oh, all the cards just jumped. So this is going to be a really big, all the cards just jumped, but I feel like that because all the cards just jumped. Oh, can we see that? Oh, come on. There. Okay. So this card is Ocean. Ebb and flow. And look at that sun. Oh, it's a beautiful picture. Whether this is a sunrise or a sunset, I'm not sure. I feel like it is a sunrise. Dawning of a new day. And every ending is a new beginning. Remember that? Okay, and then also, it's always darkest before the dawn. I'm hearing that. And Piscean energies is all about water, this ocean here. So you may be dealing with an ocean of emotion, okay? An ocean of emotion right now. And it's asking you to work through those transformations, right? The transformations of snake. Connect to Gaia. Trust your guides right here. Trust your guides and ground in silent meditation and moving through it. Yes, Kelly, looking at the picture, looking at the whole picture, right? So that ebb and flow. I'm going to set this back here because it can't seem to focus on that. But I'm even noticing that I have that image right here, right? And look at what's revealed in the painting. The mermaid in the beautiful sea, sea creature here. So it's being asked to look beyond and through the picture, right? So you're not just looking at the whole forest through the trees, you're not just seeing the whole bigger picture, but you're seeing things that others cannot. Okay, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful message right here. See, and that woman is right, goodness, that woman is right beneath, the mermaid is right beneath Odin. So your psychic awareness is going to be showing you things that others cannot see. So that's telling you to be gentle in your movement. Move with determination. Move with focus. And there's something new coming through for you right now. Like maybe you never believed in fairies. Maybe you never believed in some of the old gods. Maybe you never believed in some of that mythology. Well, if you didn't, now is a great time to look those up because there's a lot of new energies coming through this week that are going to make shifts. And I've kind of had this little pet theory that because we're coming up into such a high vibrational energy, that we very well may be actually seeing mythological creatures again, like dragons, right? Dragons are coming through, and then, the psychic insight, we have the mermaid and I really wish I could remember what that creature is called. What is that? It's not a hippocampus, but hey, that's also important for your brain. And I wish I remembered what the hippocampus did for our brains. Mercury retrograde is playing with my brain right now, but it's just telling me to trust and say that for you guys. And also, I noticed this mermaid is crowned, Odin is crowned, Tara is crowned. So trust your own divinity, right? A lot of messages that you will be receiving this week will not come from outside of you. You might be hearing messages outside of you, perhaps even this message, and it just doesn't resonate, and you're being told, hey, you have to go within for the answers. This isn't for you, right? Okay? And I'm okay with that. As long as spirit gets you to the answers, I am happy. That is all I want for you, and for you to have a fulfilled and grounded and beautiful life of abundance. And if that means you need to trust your own guidance, fantastic. You should always trust your own guidance. Remember, Odin is saying, trust your own psychic insight, okay? So there might be some pages that you follow that you might have to unfollow. I've been doing a lot of that, where I've been clearing out my Facebook friends list, where I don't look at things, I don't watch things anymore because I don't resonate with them. I don't resonate with that energy anymore. And it would be detrimental for me to stay, because every time I logged in and tried to read this stuff, I was triggered. I was like, why is a healing page sharing stuff like this? No. And that was making me be judgmental, and that was pulling my vibration down. So I literally just had to unfollow some things and, pull back, pull out my energy and say, that's their path. This helps certain people on a certain path, but I have moved into a different path, and I'm having to trust my own individual messages. And that's why I started doing these messages for you guys. So let's dig into the week. Now, I'm actually going to do something. Oh, okay. Well, this card jumped out right off the bat. We're going to draw 3 cards. So I feel like that's the first of the week. Okay. And you guys are going to love this card whenever you see it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got 2 of them for that one. Okay. So, this is beautiful, guys. I absolutely love what came out. So, for the first of the week, we have 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. For midweek, I don't know if you can see this. Might have to set it in front of Odin. Midweek. Ooh, can y'all see that? Okay, beautiful. We have the Thinking Man. And then the next end of the week is Caring Connections and Blossoming Abundance. So I'm actually going to take this and set her over here for just a moment. I want her fire in there still. There we go. Okay, so let's get this straightened out, because that looks terrible. Okay, guys. Okay, so now there is a little bit of a glare on that. But that card right there in the first of the week, you're being asked to trust your 6th chakra. What is your 6th chakra? That is the 3rd eye. And we have Archangel Metatron. So Archangel Metatron is coming through, confirming what Odin Energies has said. So look at Archangel Metatron. Look at his wise, silver hair. He's wisdom, and look at that, beautiful. So we have the young Archangel Metatron here, and then old Archangel Metatron, possibly an avatar, possibly the same energies coming through to different cultures, right? So this is in the beginning of your week from today, especially since we have this new moon in Pisces. your sixth chakra is getting a lot of energy. And I keep, I don't know why, but I keep rubbing my hands like this, and it's my left hand. So you may even be experiencing some clairsentient, clear feeling information. You might be getting sensations of, spirits' hands on your shoulders, or a spirit even, wrapping you in a hug. I've been in some deep meditations where I just felt like I was completely held and completely loved by spirit. And it was one of the most powerful meditations I've ever had. And I always try to get back to that space. And it's like, no, you were shown that so that you can understand where you are going. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Blessed be to you as well. And so call upon Archangel Metatron as these energies start swirling around, okay? Because with new moon in Pisces and Mercury retrograde and Neptune in Pisces, there's so much happening in water signs, guys. So it may be a little emotional, maybe too much. So if you feel overwhelmed, or your anxiety, ticks up to an 11, right? I'm hearing call upon Archangel Metatron. Call upon Archangel Metatron to kind of help you with communication, help you with your psychic insight, help you with bringing the spiritual into the physical plane, okay? And so we're going to keep going, and then I'm going to use my Shaman Tarot deck to clarify these and just take them deeper, because I feel like this is good, the energies that are coming in, and then we'll see how those come out in our physical bodies and in our day-to-day lives, okay? So the Thinking Man is the next one, and I believe his energies are going to start coming in around Tuesday through Thursday, okay? And the Thinking Man is about the psychic insights you receive here from Metatron and Odin. You're going to have to sit down and ponder them, okay? So he's sitting here and he's looking into a crystal, a 3-pointed crystal, right? So you may even be asked to scry. So I don't know if you know what scrying is, but, I have the crystal ball here. That's what scrying is. It's looking into a reflective surface. Some people use like a glass of water, or a crystal ball, or even a crystal, as the Thinking Man is. So to clear up and, really, what's the word I'm trying to say? To make your visions come into focus. So if you are having trouble hearing what your sixth chakra is trying to tell you, you may need to use crystals, or maybe hold some crystals. I'm hearing rainbow fluorite is going to be great for that, and quartz crystal, okay? So pointed quartz crystals. Do you see those inclusions in there? Okay, let's see if we can get that to focus. Okay, you see those inclusions? You see how the light plays in the crystal? You'll want to look into a crystal and act like you're looking through the crystal, right? Okay? That's how you do scrying, is you look through and you see whatever your mind picks up. Yeah, my third eye right now is very tender as I was just touching it. So you might have so much energy coming in through your third eye that you actually have to use a crystal as like a transformer, right? It has to take some of that energy. And that's why Green Tara is asking you to connect to Earth and connect to the Earth Star to help transfer some of that energy and anchor it down so it doesn't stay in your energy, doesn't overwhelm your energy bodies. And also crystals are going to help you displace some of that energy so that you don't get overwhelmed energetically, right? And they are going to act as carrying connections, okay? So whenever you connect to your psychic awareness, whenever you connect to Gaia, and whenever you connect to nature, right? And understand your own transformations and what you're going through, starting about Thursday to Saturday-ish, okay? Now, these are not perfect times. Of course, we all go through this transition a little differently, right? So starting through there, the carrying connections is telling me that this is going to bring in, you remember how I was talking in the very beginning about how the garden is being weeded, things are being pulled out, right? Things are, being plucked, just pulled out. these caring connections are going to be coming in starting at the beginning of the end of this week, starting maybe even into next week, and until the remainder of Mercury retrograde. You're going to be making caring connections that are going to be like your soul family, that are going to help you bring in abundance and blossoming abundance, because there's that number 3, okay? So the number 3 is all about connections and stability and balance, right? Because a stool with 2 legs is very unbalanced, but a stool with 3 is always balanced. So it's that stepping out of duality again and trusting spirit. So it's not just good versus evil, it's good versus evil, and then source energy above it, the crowning glory that actually balances those 2 out. Okay, that's very important. Maybe even studying things about the middle path, not the left-hand path, not the right-hand path. No one's right or wrong on that one. It's just that you can get unbalanced by sticking to your guns on those, and not understanding that we are all divine and we are all here to make connections and learn. The moment you step into that ego and say, my path is better or your path is better, you're missing the whole point of this. And I'm just seeing this tidal wave, that ebb and flow, can actually come and be a tsunami and knock you over, right? So if you're trying to manipulate or manifest from the ego, you might be discovering that it's not working as much as it did before. And I apologize. I'm sorry that it's being rough on you, because I know for a minute there this week, I was trying to manifest from my ego and things were going wrong. And the moment I said, you know what, God, take care of this. The flesh is, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. I am unable to do this on my own strength. I need your strength. Help me. The moment I stepped out of the way and got out of the way, right? Got out of the way of the flow carried me. And beautiful things started happening. Beautiful blessings started pouring in. So just remember that you have to allow these people and these connections to happen naturally. Don't overthink it. It's an intuitive thinking with this, right? Because he's looking into a crystal. He is scrying and he's trying to discover, what makes the universe tick. It's that type of sense of, I don't want to know how, I want to know why, that type of thing, right? That's important. And now let's get to, so those are the energetic energies coming through. I'm going to pull 3 more cards, hopefully just 3, but we're going to ask this tarot to give us some messages today. Oh, there's one. Okay, so that's our first one. That's going to clarify for Archangel Metatron and the 6th chakra. Okay, Shaman Tarot, I know you can, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip these over. Ooh. Okay, and then there's the last card. Oh, these are so beautiful, you guys. Okay, so this first one that came through is the 2 card. And this is the Great Mother. In this deck, that's what it's called. But in the original tarot deck, the 2 was the High Priestess, right? Which is linked to the 6th chakra, intuition, Odin, intuition. So this is all about, you're being asked to marry your divine masculine and divine feminine. And your, what you think of as fertility and abundance, and seeing how your manifestation and your intuition play a part, right? See, here's intuition, and here is perception, pushing that out. So, and you can even think of it as intuition and logic, male and, or female and male, all kinds of crazy things. So, and then I'm also seeing this right here. Some of you may be dreaming of starseed connections, okay? That there is a portal or a gateway we're working through and working towards, I believe. And also, I was working with a client the other day, and I had this beautiful vision of a woman in a black robe, And whenever I looked at the woman's face, it looked like the Milky Way. And then whenever I looked at her outfit, it was a robe of stars and swirling galaxies. And it was just, it was just divine. And she just raised her arms and enveloped both of us during that healing session. And it was so beautiful. So these energies are coming through right now of the Great Mother. So it's also saying that even though Odin is coming through here, I feel like there's definitely maybe even some parental healing is possible at this time with Odin and the Mother card coming through, because we're being asked to heal the connection between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, that the divine masculine is empowering the divine feminine at this time. And for so long, the divine masculine ruled and didn't even acknowledge the divine feminine, right? So she's coming back into her power. And we're being asked to trust that, because the media and, the collective is listening to, well, this is what they're going through. They're spending too much time in the thinking men. And okay, so that's pretty cool. So they're not trusting their intuition. So they're so much caught up in their logic and with just chasing after physical affection is what I'm seeing here. Physical affection, that they're suffering from nightmares. Okay? Nightmares. That's exactly what's going on in some of the collective right now. So if you're experiencing those and they're terrifying you, know that all you have to do is call upon Archangel Metatron or Odin or Green Tara or the spirit of the snake or even Great Mother Goddess, or Father Sky, whoever you believe in. Call upon your deities and say, what messages am I not receiving? What message am I not being open to receive in love? And you'll notice that your nightmares become messages. They become dreams. They become beautiful portents of what is to come, okay? So it's about seeing that this is actually light. It's not destructive, right? It's actually asking you to see the message for what it is, not the fear, not what it brings up. Oh, that's going back to the beginning of the reading, whenever I was talking about how, when an angel actually appears, they have to say, be not afraid. So, they're like, I'm so scared. Okay, but this is a horse and a masked person that is actually a good entity in Asian mythology, and then a beautiful, strong, earth elemental here, or even a chief of some sort. So these entities, if you look at them out of context, like, with this, they can be scary. But if you look at them for what they are, their spiritual significance, and maybe even understanding and maybe diving into the symbolism of your dreams, okay, they won't be as scary. And they'll actually hold messages for you whenever you use your intuition to dive deeper and you realize that this is being sent to you through your spirit guides to help you make divine connections and to help you arrive just in time, to find your true purpose and your life purpose. And lastly, the card that comes up at the end of the week is absolutely, utterly beautiful. Look at that. There's that woman that I was talking about, the woman in the robe with her robe of stars. And this is actually healing, earth healing. The card is the Ten of Stones, earth healing. And you see how she is healing this plant here, sending it what I would call energy healing Reiki, sending it prayers. So it's saying that as you are healing, as you are being transformed, so is the earth. It's asking you to remember that as above, so below. So as you heal yourself, you heal the planet. As you heal yourself, you heal your ancestral line. As you heal yourself, you heal the people around you. As you open to your intuition and trust in spirit, and you use your logic as a way to open doorways to caring connections and allow that abundance into your life, as you learn to let go, as you learn to release, and as you learn to forgive and send love. See, that's a big thing that I've been doing is in the past, whenever we were angry at someone, we would think about them and we would get angry and we'd be like, oh, and I'm sorry that I'm negating this thought before I even say it, so spirits, do not allow anything to come of this, but I would say, I just hope they get hit by a bus, or if I was driving and their car was on fire, I would just keep driving. And that's such a low vibration to be in, guys. I mean, that's just pure unadulterated hate. No one would want to do that, right? So what you actually have to do is you have to channel this blue energy and allow it to come through your heart chakra. So that intuition is leading you back home to your heart. It's leading you to truly loving others. So that might mean forgiving exes. That might mean forgiving parents. That might mean forgiving bullies. That might mean forgiving yourself. And so anytime you think of someone who has hurt you in the past, that spirit sending you a message, right? Making you uncomfortable, sending you the snake in the grass, making you uncomfortable, to have an opportunity to choose how you react. And they're saying, are you ready to ascend? Are you ready to step onto the path? Are you ready to take control of your life and operate in love? Are you ready? I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful week. This energy report has been amazing. I love these cards that we drew. So just trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust in your third eye, what you see. Trust in your dreams. Trust in your visions. Trust in the synchronicity that you see. Remember, the 7 number is coming a lot here. We even have, I'm noticing this 2. The 2 is, the Roman numeral 2 looks like 11, which is mastery. So this is learning mastery of the divine feminine and divine masculine and how to really change your world. And it's telling you it's to release the fear, right? Release the fear, get out of your ego, get out of your mind, and choose love. And I know that sounds wooey. I know that sounds hokey dokey, hippy dippy, but you guys, it's the answer. Jesus said it. Buddha said it. Every single great spiritual leader that we have ever had on this Gaia planet, on this earth, on this collective, in our time, it's about love. And if you're not doing it from love, you're doing it wrong. So don't continue to, shackle yourself. I keep seeing the devil card that a lot of us may have been getting in this, we have this fear of Mercury retrograde, and we're shackled in that. And we have fear of, like the full moon, and we're shackled in that. And we have fear of psychic abilities, and we're shackled in that. And we have fear of prejudice and judgment, and we're shackled in that. We have fear of meditation and going deeper. We're shackled in that. And it's saying, look at it for what it is, a portal into knowing and an opportunity to love. I loved that the question that she was asking us, Mother Earth was asking us here, was, are you ready? So I ask you today, as I leave you with these cards, just to ponder for a moment, are you ready? Are you ready to go to the light? I think it's time, don't you? I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you all so much. And I just want you to know that you are enough, you are blessed, and you are perfect as you are. Namaste.